Okay, good dodge. Okay, oh, he flipping and shit. Was he able to do that before? Oh, he got moves. What? Yeah, just use your fists. Oh, dead ass. Damn. Oh, beating the shit out of this dog. Oh yeah, that's right. Summon a new weapon. There you go. Whip that shit out. Oh, he should have been done that. That's way better than that little ass knife he was using. Oh shit. All right, well, if you gonna do that. Oh, that's one down. What a bitch, literally. That nigga ran. See, this is why you should talk to yourself, bro. Like,
these fools could never make me sweat.
When I was a kid, I used to talk to myself all the time, and then people were making fun of me for talking to myself like I was weird. And then I stopped doing it because I'm like, oh, but the thing is that if you are trying to think and you say everything that you're thinking out loud, then you can actually hear what you're thinking, and then you can process what you're saying more. Honestly, one of the things that really helped me when I got into making content, I wasn't making my content for other people to watch. I was really just trying to put my own thoughts. I was trying to record them so that I could listen to them back so I can hear what I was saying, what I was thinking. Because half the time, the shit that I'd be saying, I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying half the time. I'm just spewing out bullshit. And I was finding funny clips that I was taking and reposting on TikTok and stuff like that. But I didn't even think it was funny at the time. I didn't even know what I was saying. It was until I heard myself back later on. Don't be afraid to talk to yourself. People might think you're schizophrenic, but I have some news for you. You are schizophrenic. You got two voices in your head, right? You can have conversations with yourself. You see in anime, they always doing that. That's how they work out their ideas. Like, you need to be able to verbalize everything. You need to let it materialize in the world, right? If they're just sitting in your head and they're not tangible anywhere, then you're not able to grasp its power. I talk to myself like I'm talking to another nigga, bro. That's why I be laughing out loud. I literally tweeted this the other day. I said, if you hear me laughing, it's not that anybody said anything funny. It's just that I'm the funniest person I know. Like, I be laughing at myself. Because here's the thing, bro. When you have conversations with yourself, you learn things about yourself you didn't even know. Like, let's say you at a party, right? You're like, oh man, I should talk to this girl. She's cute. And then you're gonna think to yourself, I'm too shy to talk to her. And then the other voice will be like, oh, so you're a bitch. You sometimes need to have like two different perspectives in your head, having a conversation to work out what you're going to do. Play devil's advocate, weighing the cons, because we really don't have any strong opinions either which way. It's really just depending on the circumstances. You have to always have that conversation, because the decisions that you made in one situation, you might not make those same decisions in another situation. A lot of times when people go out, right? Like, sometimes there's no scenario. Like, if I went out somewhere, right? And then I run into the baddest bitch. I'm broke, got no car. I ain't about to do all this, so I'm not even going to give a fuck. I'm not even going to register that. When you disqualify certain situations out of your head because you aren't trying to entertain them, because with the current steps that you have in your head of what you could potentially do in a situation, like, if the opportunity presents itself, I'll capitalize on it. But if I don't perceive an opportunity to do something ahead of time, I'm not even going to perceive it. I'm not even going to put that in my head. But ironically, when you're in that state, that's where like situations kind of just come out of nowhere. And then I can just capitalize on things that I wouldn't even thought to capitalize on, because I'm not locked in this fixed mindset of having to do stuff a certain way, because I already gave up on doing that in the first place. Like, you know what? I'm gonna just go somewhere and just make shit up as I go. And what's funny about that is, like, bro, some of the best pussy I got, I wasn't trying to get no pussy. I'd literally be at a party, and then some chick was horny, and then she literally threw me in her car and we drove to her spot, and then she dropped me off at home the next day. So I don't need to really have a plan, because the universe provides. Talking things out loud is better than keeping it hidden inside your mind, and it improves your talking skills. Yeah, no, facts. Like, you need to rizz yourself up. You need to practice how to talk to yourself, so that when you're actually in a conversation, you've been doing that shit. That's why so many people are antisocial, because they don't even talk when they're on their own. Like, for me, I could be alone for the longest time, but like, I've been having so many conversations, by the time I actually go outside, it's like, oh, I've been talking this whole time. You know what I mean? Like, and the thing is, nobody is as no one's as much of a smart ass as me. So if I can outwit myself, niggas ain't stand a chance. Oh, the wolf came back. Oh, he brought reinforcements. Pull up then. Oh, that's a lot though. Done. Slice. Oh, he good now, look. Now he just cleaning house. Nah, them wolves gotta die. We got bills to pay, like. Oh, he going crazy, look. Damn, he took out 4 wolves in one combo. Look at that. None of these niggas. He's now the wolf assassin. You see that shit? Jinwoo was literally hyping himself up, but talking to himself. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta hype yourself up. Ain't nobody else about to. They don't give a shit. I literally be having moments, right? Like, I might do something that I was trying to do, and then I do it so well that I'm just like, wow, I really am that nigga. That's crazy. And it's funny, because even if I know that, I knew I was the best, but this just proves I really am the best. But the funny thing about that is is that the thing that I did that made me think that I was such a badass, if I explained it to anybody else, they wouldn't even care. They wouldn't even perceive it. And that's why you can't be relying on other people to validate how you feel about yourself, because they don't even know. They don't even know because they don't got it like that. They don't even understand the whole process and all the inner workings. They weren't there for the events that led up to that moment, right? Like you could be working towards something for months and then you do it and then it's exactly as you did it, or you just do it and it's just so perfect and nobody else is gonna give a fuck, but you know. I be telling my friends that they should always focus on the hobby that they're the best at, even if other people don't care, because most people aren't good at anything. You can't tell somebody who you're better than that you're better and expect them to understand because they ain't as good. Like that's just common sense to me. I don't know. That's why it's solo leveling. They ain't niggas around to see what you're doing. That's funny. He's saying he might not get a chance to get this strong ever again. This is probably the weakest dungeon he ever went in. Like, but he didn't know. Oh look, he think he the shit now. Hey, but look what he did, bro. He cleaned house. Oh, look, he going crazy now. Look, he fucking up the monkeys. Damn, he gonna need a new sword soon. That shit about to break. Oh yeah, I remember this from the webtoon. So when he was fighting the wolves at first, the text was a different color because of how weak he was. But as he gets stronger, this is like this in a lot of other like MMO RPGs too. Like I used to play RuneScape as a kid, right? And in RuneScape, if you went into an area, and RuneScape was crazy because you would be in an area, there were some places where there's different tiers to the dungeon that you're in. So I would be in RuneScape playing in this dungeon. I'm like mining ore, right? And then I would go a floor down and then like I would go too far into the dungeon and suddenly everything's red and it's shit that would kill you in one hit. So now you got to run for your life. But as you get stronger, those enemies' colors change. So it's not like just a permanent color for each enemy. It's really just relative to your strength. Or like if you played RuneScape once again, if you see another player and they're higher level than you, like if they're a lot higher, it'll just have red over their level. And so you know, okay, like the game's telling me that I don't want this smoke, right? But you know what's so funny though? Depending on how strong you are, eventually you get to a point to where regardless of your level, if you just are really good at fighting, like maybe you got a good weapon, good armor, like if you optimize your character, sometimes you can actually fight monsters and beat them that are way above your level. It really just comes down to you knowing what you're doing and your preparation. Cause like you have different monsters that are weak against specific types of attacks. So like if you're a lot lower level than a monster that's a lot higher than you, but it's weak against magic and you have a high magic stat, you can still take it out, especially because in magic, I mean, it's like this in RuneScape and it's like this just in magic and games in general. That's a ranged attack. So you can still beat those monsters because they can't even fight back anyways, right? Uh-oh, here it comes. Do I hear boss music? Literally, look. Oh, shit, I felt that one. Oh, damn, broken sword. Oh, damn. You better ask for Gryffindor, nigga. Okay. Yeah, after fighting the big-ass statues, he don't need to be afraid of something like this. Oh, shit, that nigga can swim? Yeah, stay out of the water then. Damn, he getting his shit rocked though. Okay, he got them moves though. Oh, shit, spoke too soon. I think that the voice actor is literally fighting for his life in the booth. Oh, look, he awakening. Look at this. There you go. You're gonna have to get its weak point. Oh, nigga think he Levi, look. Oh yeah, he gonna just use his brute strength. He said, I don't need no weapon. He said, I got these hands, nigga. Choke this nigga. He's stronger than the weapon. Like, he didn't even need it. He literally strangled that nigga. He's surprised. He's like, I didn't know I got it like that. Nigga is king of the swamp. What are you talking about? Yeah, you different now. You about to take that shit out in one hit, watch. He's gonna throw his shit, look. Finish him. They don't even know that he helped. Ooh, look, he got some beefy ass arms now. He ain't even taking credit. He said, oh, they must have softened it up, knowing damn well. Got all the hoes fawning over him. He rizzed her up with his presence, bro. This is the best riz. I'll put y'all onto game right now. And this is something that you could start practicing today. The best riz is ignoring these bitches and then just be yourself, because who the fuck am I trying to put on a show for a bitch, for a nigga, for anybody? Think about how much blood, sweat, and tears and work went into being who you are if you put in that work. So imagine putting in all that effort to make yourself the most competent version of you, and then still thinking that some random nigga or some random bitch who hasn't done anything important in their life is entitled to your attention. That don't make no sense. So that's why I feel like it's so backwards how a nigga gonna talk about he an alpha male, but he's still a simp because he's still pandering to bitches. You should be on your shit. We should be plotting world takeover, bro. His Riz is training. But see, look, here's the thing too, though. Here's what gets people twisted, right? So what twists up a lot of niggas is that they think, okay, they're gonna just bodybuild, they're gonna just get jacked. But the thing is, You know, people are always coming in my streams or coming in my chat. Oh, Heavenly, you need to do some curls. That ain't paying my bills. I understand we need to be strong, competent men. You know, health is wealth, good exercise. But I don't care how buff a nigga is when I have a sword or a gun. You being buff is just for aesthetic purposes. You just trying to look cute. You just trying to look cute for other niggas, if we're being real. Look, I understand you guys like watching all these movies and shows and you see all these buff niggas and they all here fighting and shit. We ain't doing that, bro. If anything, what I always say, the best thing that you should train in this generation is your mind. You just need to become smarter. You just become more self-aware, because then that just translates into everything anyways. Look at life like a game of chess. It's strategy, like Lelouch or Light in Code Geass or Death Note, right? You have to be manipulative. You have to be plotting on these niggas, bro. Like, one of the things I always mention is in Attack on Titan with Eren, right? Eren knows not to fight Mikasa or to try to outsmart Armin because he picks his battles, right? Strategy. He gonna beat Armin's ass because he can't fight, and he gonna talk shit to Mikasa because she can't clap back in an argument. So he gonna pick his battles. He gonna attack people where they're weak. So if you put in all your stats into strength but no defense, nigga's gonna just get you where you got no defense. You put all your stats in intelligence but no strength, nigga gonna just beat your ass. So you should still be able to defend yourself, but don't let these niggas outsmart you either. So niggas be walking around putting other stat points into strength, being all buff, but they're dumb and they're broke. You get these niggas, they put all their stats into making money, but they're fat and they got no self-esteem. So you gotta equally distribute your shit, bro. But he just got it like that. He just solo leveling. Like, he on his own shit. That's really all it comes down to. That's really all it comes down to. It don't really matter how other people feel about your shit. How do you feel about it? Because if you don't give a fuck, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Most people don't really have a personality. Most people don't really have hobbies. Everybody's trying to do some shit to impress somebody else that they like, but it's not really original to them. So what you need to do is stop waiting in line. Stop trying to get invited to the table and build your own fucking table. What the fuck do I look like? Waiting for this world to hand you shit, either taking that shit for yourself or just making some shit, bro. You are a creator. You are an alchemist. You are a philosopher's stone. You can turn water into wine. So what the fuck are we waiting for? They can't even perform alchemy without a transmutation circle. Makes sense to me. He just met this bitch, bro. He didn't have to say nothing. He didn't even know she existed until now. And now suddenly she on his dick. Because you understand on a macro scale that the work that you're doing now, even if you don't feel like it, is to accomplish a goal that you want in the long term. I am a simp. I just want to be transparent about that because I don't want to be giving shit for simping for hoes. But here's the thing. I simp for people that simp for me. And what you have to understand is that simping comes in many forms. What would be my suggestion to a woman to try to get the attention of a man? Lure a nigga in. You want to do shit that is going to obviously get their attention. If I get the inclination, somebody is peacocking, somebody is doing stuff for my attention, and then I reciprocate that energy, and then I feel like they reciprocate it back, because at the end of the day, we're all white knights. I mean, I consider myself more of a black knight myself, and every knight needs a queen to fight for, to die for, to protect. So let's not act like just because we're like, oh, fuck these hoes, that we don't care about women. We are trying to fight to create a world that puts women in their feminine energy. If a woman is being feminine, inspiring you to want to do shit, to want to conquer, to impress her, that's what breathes life into us. The reason why there's so many masculine women around nowadays is because you're trying to exist in the woman's world in which she got to run shit because you're not doing it. So you're simping indirectly by trying to become the man that a woman would simp for. The male way to simp is to kind of like do the opposite of what a woman wants you to do. She got to bend to your will, not the other way around. Niggas are too pussy to do that because they're whipped on the pussy. You got to be about that life. You got to live by the sword, die by the sword. And it's not just like a gender thing, right? Even if you're gay, it doesn't even have to be romantic. This is just how you have to live your life. Before you can change the world, you have to change yourself first. So if you're on some bullshit, you can't complain about anybody else being on some bullshit. When I see somebody doing some shit that I don't like, but then I'm doing the same shit too, I'm not even going to complain yet. I'm gonna make sure that I'm not doing it first. Like if I see a nigga and he stink, and then I notice that I stink, I'm gonna shower and then tell him he stink. But who am I to tell a nigga he stink when I smell too? And that's the problem. Everybody wants to complain about shit that they're also doing. And you can't be taken seriously when you're like that. So you can't, like, honestly, I feel like the sheer act. So you see the things that you're fighting for, they come with a program. You're chasing the accolades instead of the role that the accolades are created for. It's a free trial. If you're given all these things, all these rewards, but then you start to live for the rewards rather than the grind that the rewards are given to you for, God takes them away from you to course correct you, to snap you back into reality. Niggas chasing the branches, not the roots, bro. How the fuck you supposed to have a garden? You ain't planting no seeds, but you trying to pick all the fruit. How did leveling up make his hair fall out? How does that work? Or did his head just get bigger? Okay, flex on him. Got no job though. He's still unemployed. Fresh cut comes with the package of leveling up. I guess so. Oh, not rents due? That's tough. That training ain't gonna pay his bills though. That's the thing. He's gotta get a job. Like, what do you do when you're unemployed? Yeah, I don't know, rob a bank? Damn, they got a Craigslist for quests? I need like a Craigslist for just real nigga shit. So he's double awakened now. So he's the realest nigga in the land. But he don't want too much clout because too much clout puts a target on your back. You're on the radar now, right? In order for him to do the shit he needs to do, he can't have that many eyes on him. He can't be pulling up on these hoes because then they go on and try to cancel him on Twitter. So he got to be low key with it. He can't let the whole world know that he's the realest nigga because he's doing real nigga shit. An assassin strikes from the shadows. Boomy, come here. See, look, we have to be in the shadows, right? We can't let them know that we got pussy like that. Oh, this nigga. Hey, he be getting the bills paid, bro. This is the real one right here. That's what you need. You need that rich white friend that's gonna fund your projects. Because if you a real nigga, you don't got time to be like filling out W-2s and shit like that. You need somebody who just want to invest in the grind and just got it like that. That got a trust fund. You know what I'm saying? Like, got a rich daddy. He just pulled up with a shiny armor. He came in, damn, my neighbor got a fat ass. My bad, I got distracted. Anyway. That nigga is glistening. Right, his armor is way too expensive for him to be walking around. Like, he trying to get robbed, bro. Oh, shit. He just casually brought that shit up. Like, y'all should have been like, hey, keep your voice down. Like, over here, mana crystals while a freaking raid boss is chilling in the center of the room. Like, is that nigga awake? Even if I didn't already know what was gonna happen, bro, that's some such shit. Let's leave y'all two alone in the room with the boss while we leave. Like, whoa, what? And the fact that they all on the same team and these are the only two that aren't a part of the squad. Like, maybe if you left one of your niggas with us, but if you guys are all on the same team and you just leaving us two behind, y'all splitting up. So ain't that some shit? So their squad has 6 members, but they need 8 members to conquer a C rank dungeon. And they do this regularly. So they just in the business of finessing niggas. They do this shit on the daily. Like, so I ain't even surprised. He knew they were on some bullshit. Yeah, there's no surveillance. That's the other thing too. So in a world of hunters, right? There isn't really a lot of, it's no man's land. It's every man's for themselves, right? What they gonna do? Who gonna stop them, right? There's no surveillance in the dungeons because the dungeons, the whole point of it is that they got to be raided by hunters who got to basically discover this territory for the first time. And these niggas have superpowers. So the fact that the dungeons are in a space with no surveillance, there aren't really any rules, and the only people that can hang in those areas are strong. You have to throw away whatever logic, rule, moral system that you had before, because in the dungeon, that's a completely different playing field at that point, right? What you think you know about niggas in real life no longer applies in the dungeon, because in the dungeon, they don't actually have to follow the rules. And when you take away the enforcement of restrictions, that's when people's true character come to light. Take note of that. There are dungeons in real life. If you ever find yourself in a scenario in which you just have to trust people to be good people, but they don't have to, and then if they don't, they'll get away with it, and there's a strong incentive why they shouldn't, what would you do? I mean, hey, maybe you're a good person or whatever you like to call it, but do you trust other niggas to be as good of a person as you is the better question. Something to always take in consideration. Look out for niggas who are always smiling. Yeah, because that's some fake shit. Why are you happy all the time? Bro, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, for those of you who played RuneScape, I'm going to make a lot of RuneScape references in the streams because it took a large chunk of my childhood up. But so there would be these noobs, right, that would come into the game, and these high-level players would approach the noobs and tell them, hey, we can get you high-level better shit. You just have to go into the wilderness with us. And in the wilderness, see, in the majority of the game, the wilderness is a PvP zone. So you can kill other players in this area. You have to hop over this ditch. So high-level players would lure noobs into the wilderness, kill them, and take all their shit. So see, look, this isn't new. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So, no, that shit is funny, bro. But yeah, like niggas would do that in RuneScape. I would peep that. Like I would sometimes like people would try to do that shit to me, bro. I'd be playing RuneScape and this guy's like, yo, hey, I got this quick money. Like, you know what's so funny? This is what's crazy. And this is why this is some real life shit too. Sometimes people are actually trying to help you because some guy would come to me, yo, I have this way that I can make you a lot of money, right? You just got to go here and get this shit and then hand it to me. And then I'm going to sell it because you can't sell it. But then I'm going to give you a percentage for helping me. And like, it would be like a surprise when I would give some other player my shit and he would actually give me money. I'm like, yo, I actually got some money doing some shit. And then when that would happen, I was like, you know what? Like, I should be skeptical, but I shouldn't just not even try to get money because there are people out there that are really just businessmen, but you still have to always keep an eye out for people trying to scam you. And so in RuneScape, right, this guy would be like, yo, I'm going to help you out and get this thing, but I got to take over here. But the moment I saw him go up to that ditch and he's like, yo, you got to hop this shit with me. I would peep his level and I'll peep mine. I'm like, just because somebody is a higher level than you doesn't mean that they're necessarily stronger if you have specific attributes that counteract theirs. So sometimes a nigga is trying to finesse me, but I'll let him try because I know that he's underestimating what I could actually do in that situation, right? So I'm going to be like, okay, this guy's a higher level than me, but I have tools that counteract his armor that basically destroy all of his shit. And that happens sometimes. There are times where a nigga would try to finesse me in the game, but he don't know that I got his weakness stored in my inventory. And he fucks around and finds out. And I whip some shit out and then it's wraps. And then I get to take his shit. But see, the thing is that I'm not going to take some other nigga's shit by default. But if you give me the excuse, I just know how niggas are, bro. Like, oh, nah, the boss waking up now. He just pressed the fact that he was betrayed, but he ain't tripping on the monster. He's like, I'm about to solo this shit. Look, you about to just spawn weapons, bro. Yes, sir. Stun on these niggas.